Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to TakeOver Racing League for round number 8 of Season 6, the penultimate round of the Championship. Welcome to the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza for the Italian Grand Prix, our second race in Italy in Season 6. I'm your host, Zach RC. Joining me is my wonderful co-commentator, Dara. How you doing, mate?
I'm doing well. I mean, I enjoyed your pronunciation there of the Italian.
Thank you very much.
Name for the track. That was great. Yeah, but I'm doing well. I'm looking forward to it, of course. It's going to be an exciting race, of course. Penultimate race could be championship deciding. But we'll get onto that later on, won't we?
Definitely, but yeah, thank you for appreciating my my pronunciation. I was playing career mode this morning. I was doing Italy, so I listened to Crofty, so it makes sure I can say it right. So yeah, in terms of that championship battle, of course, last week in China I wasn't here. Darren, do you want to get us up to speed on what happened last week in the race?
Last week was, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to rack my brains here. Their winner, it was Imrie. Imrie won, and he won by a distance, and he won to Michael Dale, who was in second. He wasn't here this evening. Michael Dale was second, but he was a ways back after incident turn 1. JT was third, and then championship leader C1 Tempe Fan was fourth. And that was the main story. It eliminated everyone except for Imrie and JT and Fan in the title battle. But we may be down to one by the end of the day, might we?
Definitely. The championship could be decided tonight in a quite poetic manner. This is the same place that C1 Fan famously lost the championship at the end of Season 2 on countback, the closest finish in TakeOver Racing League history. He could win the title tonight with a round to spare.
Good, and it would be nice for him to win, I think, definitely, especially around Monza, where he's had pain in the past. We'll find out.
Definitely, right.
Over the next hour and 15 or so.
Agree. Right. Do you want to take us on board? We're going to take on board with Dean, who's returned to us tonight in Alpine. Should we go for an on-board lap with him?
Where is Dean? Yes, we'll go with Dean. As he's just crossing the line then. He's going to go down this main straight. Of course, it is such a long straight all the way down to turn 1. Into this first chicane, tight corners. Through turn 1, miss the apex a little bit on these medium tyres. And through turn 2, that Red Bull in front of him. Probably not doing him greatest of services as he gets on towards Curva Grande around the right-hander at turn 3. Then it's the De La Rocha chicane you've got to worry about. The curbs on this game are horrific. We hope they'll be fixed for the next one. Does he stay off of them? No, he goes over them, but he's managed to not absolutely spin the car over them, which is a positive sign. Through Lesmo 1, he's missed that apex by quite a ways in his Alpine car, but then you've got to line yourself up for Lesmo 2, and you've got to get this one correct, because on the exit, you've got a DRS straight, and he's going to take a little bit of slipstream off of that Aston Martin. I think that's probably Van Lerven, but he will come now down to Ascari, one of the, I think it's the fastest corners on the track, but he's cut it a little bit too fine, and that is an invalidated time for Dean. But I know Imrie is on a lap. He's coming around Parabolica, so we'll see what his time can be as he runs up to the line. It'll be the first time on the board, and he goes 19.7.
Alright, well that was a lap around Monza, so thank you, Dara, for taking us through that. Of course, unfortunately, having to Dean there. Of course, we're making his return to this league in particular tonight. Of course, hasn't been able to attend over the course of Season 5 or Season 6, and I don't believe Season 4 either. So it's been a while since we've seen him on the grid, but good to have him back here. So yeah, Imrie, the fastest time right now. Here comes Fan off the final corner to start his first time run of the session. And Cheese came through as well and validated as well. So not the best of starts for him. So he's got some work to do here. But of course, can still come good for him tonight. Of course, again, he won the championship at Fan's expense back in that famous race in Season 2. Only 2-time champion of the series. Of course, if JT was to come back and win the title, he would join Cheese in that respect. His critical skills go second fastest in the McLaren. 1 minute 21.2 is best effort. So quite a ways off Imrie so far.
Yeah, no one's really challenging the Mercedes yet, and Smoking Cheese has crashed it, actually coming out of Lesmo 1. Yeah, let's have a look from Fan's point of view as he comes around. Where is he? Yeah, he's on the exit there. Spun it off of that curb. That's a shame for him, but it means we've only got 13 runners left in this qualifying session, because Snipes, Crovey and Smoking Cheese have all retired. Wow. I think JT will be next to cross the line.
Looks here, see what he comes out with. He comes towards Parabolica. I got so that's Imrie coming through. Most likely pit lanes end his first run. He got the yellow flags out for going slow there. Here comes JT then through the final corner. We say before the strip he needs to score. Was it 20 points we need to say in order to stand a chance? He's outscored Fan by 15 or 20.
He has to outscore him by 15. And that's the thing, he has to outscore him by 15. and Ferrari only need 20 points to take the title in the
Well,
constructors.
well,
That's where you're getting those numbers from.
JT just went fastest there, 1 minute 19.4. So and Fan went third. So the two Ferraris looking strong. They've definitely taken the fight to Mercedes this season. Of course, we thought that those two were going to be the unbeatable pairing of Imri and Lemons. And honestly, when we rocked up to the first race in Mexico, Darryl, I know you weren't there for that race, but I was there. And the first thing I thought to myself was, those Mercedes cars are going to be very tough to beat. But the Ferraris, I'll be honest, and they won't take me lightly for saying this, but the Ferraris have made light work of them, if I'm being honest.
I don't think it's helped because Lemons hasn't been around for quite a lot of the season, which is a shame, but not particularly his fault. So yeah, but that's been an issue for Mercedes. JT and Fan have been here nearly every single week, and they've always been near the top of the timesheets. So that is definitely a benefit for them. Yeah, we are having droves of people retiring. I'm not actually entirely sure why.
Yeah, Michel's out. I'm not sure what's happened there. He may have just lost it coming out of the first chicane. At turn 2, something went wrong. I'm not quite sure what, but it's quite a way on from where the exit of the corner actually was. So I'm not sure what happened there. So confused, but again, so many cars out of the race. Both Red Bulls are out. I said the race, the qualifying session. As of right now, we've got 11 cars left in this one out of 16. Like 5 retirees in the first. Not even got 10 minutes to go yet.
Smoke and Cheese, who hasn't said lap time, will start lowest of 12. So
wow,
it's not looking too bad for him at the moment.
He's not doing too badly at all there. Number of cars.
Yeah, I think I don't know who's on a lap at the moment.
Dean's on a lap as of right now. He's just coming through the second Lesmo, so we'll keep an eye on him here. Of course, he validated that first one. I sad to see what he can do this time around, making his way towards Ascari. One of the few corner names I can almost always remember on this circuit. Going towards the split, 53.1 is second sector. He's through where he invalidated last time, so it looks like he's clear for a lap here. And out the Ascari now charging down towards Parabolica, that long sweeping right-hander, looking at the braking zone. Of course, Dean used to be very good at qualifying back in the day. I'm not sure if that'll change on this game at all, but we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the man's got a rep for putting it on pole and being at turn 1, so we'll hopefully won't see too much of that today. He comes over the line, P3. So not too far off Imri, but still quite a way off of JT, who looks unstoppable given that first time.
Yeah, he looks really, really quick, doesn't he? On with that 19.4. Yeah, I mean, he's looking absolutely rapid, and won't necessarily be too pleased. But I mean, whatever JT does, if Fan gets 4th with the fastest lap, he will be the champion. But that's all he needs, really. JT, I mean, I think even 5th and fastest lap, and I think he will be the champion. But
yes, because at one point, so yeah, it'll be clear.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
just about.
So I think Fan will be safe in the knowledge that he's got that time, and it's on a medium tyre. He can go quicker on a soft when he comes back out of the pit lane. There are these variables. But Imri's on that now.
Here we go. Fan back out into the pit lane and going back out onto the racetrack on those soft tyres. Like you said there, of course, I've seen this. We've seen this a lot of times. I've seen it both here and in a different league on Monday nights. I've seen Fan. It's consistently a strategy in qualifying. Mediums that bankers. Imri goes fastest, putting it himself 1/10 or less than a tenth over JT in second place. Dean is now in. Yeah, Dean's still in third. Fan's still 4th. But yeah, fantastic lap from the Mercedes car here, and he's not here to mess around tonight after that win last week.
No, not at all, and he is looking like he wants to get a bit of a move on here. I mean, of course, he took the win last week after taking the lead very early on, but a 19.3 is a bit of a statement. He'll come in, go out back again, I reckon, and set another lap time.
Oh, but will
anybody be able to beat him?
Hopefully.
Not critical skills, sorry. He spun at Parabolica.
Oh, no.
So he won't be beating the time.
Oh, well, he was half a second up as well, coming out of sector number 2. That could have put him around close to Ratio. Could have moved him up in front of the Alpine there. Alpine are good qualifying right now. Ratio and Dean, 3rd and 6th. I'll tell you, that's not too bad at all for them.
No, but we have only had those 9 lap times that have been set. Of course, we've had the 2 Red Bulls are gone, and Alpha Tau. Remember, it's a Red Bull strategy. All the Red Bull cars are all out of the session. Michelle, of course, and Williams. Jared, I think, that'd be on a lap. Watson's improving. Where can he go? He goes P7, just ahead of critical skills. But it's not by much, only the 400ths in it.
Woody coming through to start his first time lapping the McLaren, looking to try and beat his teammate as best he can here. Over the line, looking for that first time lap. Here comes Jared for the last corner now. He's charging towards Parabolica. We'll see where he emerges on the exit. Oh, and around he goes! And that's a step worse than the one we saw just a moment ago, Derek. Says the whole front wing off that car, and he's careered back across the track and came to rest on the outside barrier. And there is that front wing strewn across the inside line. And I doubt he'd be too happy with that.
No, I don't think he would. He's still not got a lap time on the board either, which will not be ideal for him. He'll definitely want to be trying to fix that soon enough. There's a remnant tyre of Smoking Cheese's crash down at Lesmo 1 I've just seen. So I'm looking at BT, see if he can improve. But yeah, it's not been the ideal qualifying session for quite a few guys so far.
Not at all, but hopefully the race will go a bit better for him. But hopefully we won't have this many retirees in the actual Grand Prix. But Monza in league racing can sort of chaos. No matter what league you're in, Monza is one. In my opinion, is one of the most fun races to commentate over a season.
Yeah, it is, because it's always one of those races where anything can happen at any time. So, and even though it is the shortest race on average, because of course it's the fastest, it always produces a good action, and I'm looking forward to see what can happen in the 27 laps toward EP3 on that first time lap. 19.813. And he's the third man sub 119 as Fan then follows him.
Here comes JT to the line. JT goes fastest. I caught the end of that lap. Sorry to cut you off there, Darren, but he's put himself back on pole. Don't worry. So yeah, fantastic lap there to be just to the end of from JT. And Fan looking to try and beat that as best he can here on those soft tyres.
And Van Leuven's just gone P3, 19.5 in the Aston Martin.
Oh, it's very close.
So there is pace there. Yeah, but I mean, we are looking at that kind of top 5 area where, you know, that's where the race will be won, but JT needs more points than that on Fan to keep the championship alive. So he will be hoping that some of the guys further back are going to have a good race pace. Otherwise, he might find it more difficult to keep the championship alive by the end of the race.
Definitely. I do just want to say, while we've got a moment here in qualifying. Almost.
Ratio just crashed it down the straight.
Oh, that's a nasty looking shunt there for the Alpine of Ratio.
I think it's an intentional binnage there because there was no one around him, and I don't know how it's possible to spin there otherwise.
What did he do? Did you see it, or did you see him just?
No, well, I saw him. It's on the screen. I mean, he was in the wall already by the time I got onto him. Entirely sure what was going on there, but yeah. I don't know what happened at all. But he's making to the pit lane now. I mean, still in P7, but he's got a long way to catch up to his teammate in 6th.
He must have looked at those tyres as well. I just saw him coming into the pit lane. No smoke, but he locked them up hugely there. Comes Dean towards the line, improving, but not enough to take another place. Oh, yeah, I was going to say there, before what happened there. Honestly, I like the grid for tonight in that respect, because we've got drivers like Dean, Wardy, Fan, BJ, JT. Those guys who have been here for quite a while. Cheese as well, have been here almost since the beginning, or at least when I first started commentating this league. And then we've got drivers who have risen up from the top. Drivers like Imri, drivers like we've got critical skills in the race. We've got who else have we got here? Of course, a number of the drivers like Lemons, Michael, obviously aren't here tonight. But if they were, that'd be almost like a perfect grid of old and new in my eyes. So yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah, I agree.
But regardless, they're pushing on. We're into the final 4 minutes now of the session, and majority of cars in the pit lane. So I dare say, Darren, that pit lane is about to get very, very busy as we see Watson come into the pit lane here, and that'll be in his run. Sorry, we're seeing Imri come in. Apologies. And Dean will be the last one to come back in, and then I think the chat will be silent for a second, and then we'll get people to start coming back out onto the racetrack again. I was waiting for any crew member from any team to come out and send their car back through.
Yeah, Dean, there he is coming into the pit lane. We've got a couple of drivers coming out for their final runs. I think one is Ratio and the other one is BT.
You'd be correct, yes.
As they emerge onto the track. But yeah, final runs here in Monza. It's important for JT. He might even go sub 1 minute 19 if he nails the lap. Will anybody join him? That'll be the question.
I'll have to wait and see in that respect, Darius. It's going to be a very close end to qualifying. I'll give you that right now. Could we be seeing a Monza Q3 sort of thing going on here, where everyone comes out at once trying to find clean air only in this session. Here comes one of the Williams cars. That's Jared out of the pit lane, making his way out of his pit box, making his way back towards the racetrack. We're not seeing anyone come out just yet. Not quite sure what's going on here. Because we have still got time, so we're not too concerned. Okay, I see Imri coming out. I see Fan on his way out as well. What was that, Fan? I might be wrong. No, that was JT who's coming out. The guys come out so close to each other, and it just gets me confused sometimes because we're going to see a certain angle. So, right, moving swiftly on from my rambling. Back out on the racetrack. What's going on?
Well, not much. I mean, everyone's starting to file out more now, of course. 2 minutes 10 on the clock. But BT will be starting his lap soon, and Ratio not far behind him. I mean, they will theoretically have time to go for 2 laps, but we all know that that is impossible with the ERS demands that this game requires for a one lap qualifying lap. So here he goes. BT will start the lap. He'll get past McLaren. He'll get past the other one soon enough. But I think some of the guys have really got to start getting a move on here, because it is getting a little bit tight on time, isn't it?
It's getting closer and closer, yeah.
Yeah, there's a few still in the pit lane.
Oh, BJ, 5 place grid penalty. What's that for? Oh, okay. So it's looking like it has something to do with Imri there behind him. Not quite sure what's gone on. I'm sure it was whatever happened there wasn't an intentional thing. But we know what this game's like by this point. We kind of want to move. It's 12 days to the next tour. The Champions Edition for the next one comes out, so we kind of want to be rid of it by this point. Hopefully, we won't see stuff like that in the future. But still, 5 places from 3rd.
Exactly, and yeah, I mean, it's looking good, and I'm excited to see who can pull it out of the bag, and it really matters. I mean, BT is 6/10 up now on his last lap. A little bit of a slide through Ascari, but he's got the car under control, and he's going to drive towards Parabolica, and then there'll be one more corner, and then the line, and we'll see where he can go.
Sorry, he was about 6/10 up going towards Ascari. Hopefully, he's held that. He's bringing a bit close, perhaps, to Ratio in the Alpine. I'm not sure if we'll get to him in time in terms of that 1:20.6. He might do, he has done it. Okay, never mind. He's put himself 2/10 up on Ratio, so he's up into P7 now. Fantastic from BT. Oh, got an instant back. That's Primal Jared, who's gone around the exit of the second Lesmo, lost his wing again. Things not looking good for this Williams car, and I dare say no valid lap for him in that respect, or no strong valid lap, and I dare say qualifying's over for him. He'll be starting P11.
Anne's got to get a bit of a hurry on here. Does he realise the time?
I don't think he's going to make it, to be honest. I think he might just lose out. Yeah, he's losing out. No chance he's going to make it towards the line in time. Oh, he's just sold it short. Fan, first car of the line then. Right, so P4 with the best.
I don't think he realised the time, because he was weaving down towards Parabolica. He realised how long was left.
Meanwhile, here comes his teammate, JT, coming towards Parabolica for the final time in his qualifying session, looking to try and, as you said there, set that sub 1:18 lap if he can. It's going to be very, very close if he can do so. It's tight. I don't think he'll make it. He won't, but it's still pole. He increases even further. There comes Imri towards the line here, looking to improve. He does improve, but it's not enough. BJ coming home in 3rd place, but he'll start highest 8th for the race. Wardy coming through right now, and put Critical Skills in front of him. He's 6/10 up on his previous effort. This could be a lap that puts him around with Ratio and BT if he gets a good final sector here. After the last corner comes, I think there's been some kind of incident further back with BT and Wardy here. Critical Skills goes 7th. Yeah, BT and Wardy, but what on earth is going on here? Both cars going like down on the left side of the track. Very confusing. Dean's got no front wing. What happened there?
He's crashed it somewhere, I think. I'm not sure. I didn't see it. I think Watson's next, though. She's coming around the final corner.
Dean, mate, meant to spin it in the race, not qualifying. That's not how it works.
See Watson's time as he runs to the line.
P6.
He goes up to P6.
That's impressive.
Good jump, and then in the end, Ratio goes up to P9 ahead of BT. But yeah, surprised me, Watson up to P6, 19.89, just behind Wardy, just ahead of Dean. But yeah, Fan, of course, they're not affected in the end by not being able to have a final lap time, but he may be kicking himself because he might think he could have gone quicker. But he will start P3 due to Van Leuven's grid penalty.
So it'll be JT and Imri who lead the field to turn number 1 in a few minutes' time. JT then on pole position, looking to still keep that dream of a 2nd championship alive in the TakeOver Racing League. They'll be looking to try and avoid coming home in 2nd again, similar to how he did in Season 3. I would like to bring out how the way Season 3 ended of him. A collision with Cheese towards the end of the penultimate Canadian Grand Prix, which put the championship just a bit out of his reach, unfortunately. So that could be put out of his reach again tonight. But for now, it's pole position. Fantastic qualifying session there. Dara, give me your thoughts on the session as a whole.
I mean, it's a very good result for JT, best he could hope for. Fan, of course, just sticking in there, plugging away, and I think he'll be very pleased that Van Leeuwen somehow picked up a graded penalty because it puts him up into B3. But yeah, I don't think there's too many surprises in there, but relatively tight field when you get to the mid-pack, and it'll be interesting to see whether the likes of Smoking Trees can come through at the end.
Right, so before we go for the break, I'll have a look at your top 10 for the start. JT and Imri on row 1, it'll be Fan and Wardy on row 2, Watson and Dean on row 3, BJ and Critical Skills on row 4, and then Ratio and BT around your top 10. So that is your top 10 starting lineup for the Italian Grand Prix, which will take place in a few minutes' time. Make sure to stick around. I'll be back with you in a few minutes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 8 of Season 6 of the TakeOver Racing League. This is the Italian Grand Prix on what could be a potentially poetic day as C110 Fan looks to win his first TakeOver Racing League championship. He currently sits 40 points clear of teammate JT. I'm your host, Zach RC, taking you through the action. Alongside me is my co-commentator, Dara. Dara, mate, if you had to give me a prediction for this Grand Prix, what are we saying? And don't make it obvious, please, because I'm a fan, of course, almost a lock for the championship, so don't make it obvious there.
No, I'm going to go with JT.
Oh, JT
well,
win.
No, I'm going JT because I think he can control it to turn 1. If he doesn't, I can only apologise because that will be my fault.
Yeah, you know what? I see a Dean podium finish, but not the win. It'll be second or third.
That.
It's a big one. It might not happen. I could be horribly wrong. I might be proved wrong in less than a minute, but we'll have to see. Alright then, here we go.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yep, the final 20-second countdown here before the race gets underway. Before we get underway, make sure to subscribe to either my channel if you're watching it over here on YouTube, or to TakeOver Racing League Twitch for more content on this league as we go into Season 7 on F1 23. And without further ado then, let's get underway for the Italian Grand Prix. Here we are then. Right. JT and Imri, front row of the grid. Fan behind them, looking to win the title today. 5 red lights here at Monza. And it's lights out, foot to the floor, go, go, go. Decent going from both cars there. Got a Red Bull onto the grass, charge towards turn number 1. Imri and JT locked wheel to wheel, side by side. Here comes Watson to the outside. It's 5 wide going to turn number 1. It's almost 5 wide. And there goes Watson, spinning the car around at turn number 1. Imri gets away with the lead. JT there's a second, and it's all a massive scrap behind him. There is a car up on its side there. I could have sworn I just saw that. But regardless, pushing on here. BJ down the back here. Not sure what has happened to him. That red penalty has got things even worse for him, but Imri leads, JT second, and Dean up to third.
Smoking Cheese is 5th. I think it's the biggest one. I mean, he's up 7.
Where did he come from?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you just jinxed him, Dara. Around he goes. Oh, that's a huge hit for critical skills. Giant crash here out the second Lesmo. It's the first one, sorry, and we're under the safety car. Just like that. What just happened there? There goes Ratio as well. Oh, wow. That was...
Only apologise for saying something.
Oh.
Ratio and BT, oh my word.
What just happened there?
Or I am not sure.
Poor start to this Italian Grand Prix here. 4 cars out already. What? I don't have the... I can't speak. What just happened?
I don't know. I do not know what's happened there.
Alright,
because Smoking Cheese spun on his own.
He did. He just collected people behind him. He had nowhere to go there. Critical Skills got caught up. Then I think BT must have got flustered, and Ratio may have just crashed on his own coming out of the Lesmo, trying to avoid it. Or he may have just taken a trip for the gravel and spun off. But regardless, we won't pass too much comment there because obviously we can't say for sure exactly what happened there for those guys. But regardless, then 4 cars out of this race already, and the safety car deployed, and 5 cars in the pits of damage.
Yes. I don't quite know what to say. I mean, yeah. Hello. Welcome to Italy.
Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to the TakeOver Racing League. Well, should we assure you, it's not normally like this. This is not normally what happens.
Rosé.
You've caught us at a very rare moment there, but regardless, right, we'll just run down the order quickly. So Imri leads in the first lap, JT in second place, Dean in third, Wardy fourth, and Fan in fifth, which is right now enough to take the championship if my maths are correct, which they normally aren't. Michelle's been up to sixth place. Darth Vader is in seventh. Ghost Snap's now eighth. Watson, who started up quite high in order, he started in fifth if I'm not mistaken, went for the. I think he tried to go 3 wide with the leaders at turn 1 and just tapped Imri and just lost it at that first corner, set everything off. But he's now down to P9. BJ down in 10th. So he's Kirby in 11th and Jared in 12th. I can't pick up him for some reason. Well, let's just take a deep breath and just collect ourselves under the safety car. No idea as to how that happened. We have some idea, but regardless, we'll keep on trucking here. Still got 25 more laps to go in this race. Dara, remind me, in the situation we're in right now, can fans still win the championship? I just want to make sure I got that right.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the question? Did you just say can Fan win the championship?
Yeah. Can he win from this? As it stands right now, is Fan going to win the championship?
Oh, I believe so. Let me double check.
We said fifth and fastest lap. You know?
Yes.
Oh, so
no, he'd be ahead.
Okay, so second for JT means fifth for Fan. Okay, so we'll work this out. We'll have to be human calculators over the course of this Grand Prix. So we've still got a long way to go. Ghost Knight's back down to the pit lane here. He's made a change onto a set of medium tyres there. So, right, we'll keep on moving regardless then. Imri leading the way. He's looking to try and continue on from what happened in China last week, trying to take win number 2 in a row. And JT there in second. Now, he's got to get back around Imri on this restart in order to try and move back into the top spot and make it happen. And try and bring the gap a little bit closer to Fan. Remember, it's 40 points coming into this one. And as of right now, if JT was to take the lead away from Imri, then that would bring that gap down by 15 points. And that would bring the that would bring the championship down to exactly 25, which would be enough to keep it going. But I dare say he'd need the win and fastest lap in the next race, and then Fan would still potentially win on countback. So it's still to play for. We'll say that with this much time left to go in the rest. And I dare say we could get a restart if Ghost Snaps gets himself back in line. It's because they're coming down towards Parabolica now, so we could be about to go again here. So hopefully we'll have a bit of a cleaner run this time around. And Ghost Snaps is catching up, so I dare say we'll have a restart here.
Imri is too far behind the safety car.
No, he's not. Right, here we go. Safety car. He always cut back, but regardless, they've called it here. Safety car in this lap. Hopefully we'll get some proper racing this time. Here we go. Imri leads him off the last corner. Trying to back up JT as much as he can off the corner, and he's almost left him for dead. Around he goes. Well, that tactic has not quite worked for Imri. He gets a 5-second penalty as well, and JT leads him all back to turn number 1. Dean now in second, and it is utter madness behind them. These guys all spread out all across the racetrack here. JT the big lead now as they go into someone. Dean looking for second off Wardy. 2 veterans of the series side by side through the first couple of corners. No contact, very clean there. Fans to try and make a move around the outside of Wardy to go towards Curva Grande here. And Fan around the outside of Wardy. It's very tight, but he gets in front. And McLaren might try and come back at him though if Fan doesn't try to go for Dean first. Look at that, JT 1.4 seconds already in the clear as he comes through the De La Rocha chicane. Dean in second and Fan in third as of right now. Still not enough for JT to bring the championship on. As of right now, Fan is being crowned champion. Michelle in 5th there. Where did he come from? He's done fantastically. 11 places gained here. He starts dead last. He's out to 5th.
Yeah, I mean, was it my eyes or did it look like Imri went and then slowed again?
It did do that. I'll be honest. That's the sort of vibe that I got from it as well, to be honest. I think he may have just tried to back him a bit more and then go again. But I think it may have just backfired him a little bit.
You can't do that, though, can you? Yeah, you can't do that.
It may have been worse. It may have been worth him just going then, because he already had quite a lead, to be honest. I dare say he would have been at this sort of advantage he's at now.
Yeah, I mean, Van Leeuwen's getting past Michelle here. But, I mean, the second you put your foot down, you've got to go. I mean, you can't then brake again. That's against any racing rules in any series ever. So I'm not sure what happened there, but they've both got 5-second penalties because of it. Which will not help
I didn't notice that. JT's got a penalty too. Right, so yeah, they've
already put their foot down, but Imri's looking like he might try and make moves early. He's got Crovey in his sight. He's really
That's a 5-second penalty for Imri there for exceeding track limits. And honestly, I'm not meant to pass it, Russ. No, but I think I'm not sure what happened there. He may have just outbraked himself going into someone. How many seconds does he have now? He's got 13 seconds worth of penalties after that. So down in P9 now. There's a lot of work to do if he wants to try and get himself back in this race in any way at all.
Yeah, that was all there from Imri. I don't know what he was doing, but that is. I'm not sure what that was.
What's that the race now as well on the main straight? What has happened there? The safety car's back out again.
Why is Watson crashed there?
No idea. He may have just been perhaps spun the wheels a bit too much going out of the pit lane and then maybe just losing it. Not entirely sure. I have to look into that. Imri apologising down in the Discord chat. So I'm assuming that it could have been a mistake of some kind, if I'm being honest. So, but of course I'd say we're past comment. So we'll But no, it looks like he's accepting responsibility for the incident there. So I think he'll take the penalties and do what he can with that. But the safety car back out though, so he gets a chance to catch back up a bit, and then perhaps have another go at trying to come back through the field. Right. Oh, Fan into the pit lane here this early on. He's on those medium tyres. Is it worth him pitting this early on, Dara? Is that the plan?
I think it is actually.
Actually,
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
Jared gets a penalty here for a collision with Crovey as Fan gets up the pit lane here. Hard tyres going on the car. You know what? I think maybe he could take those. It's about 22 laps to the finish if my maths is correct here. I'm 21. But I dare say no. He probably can take those tyres to the flag. If I'm being, it'd be close, but he could. I think he probably could take them in. And Imri in as well. I think he's making a front wing change there because he might have lost a bit of it on the on that safety car restart a moment ago. But he's away now. Ghost Knight's there coming out just in front of the Mercedes as well. So JT then, who's had it, I want to say relatively quiet up front in a way. But he leads now, and Dean in second and Wardy in third. This is a very retro feeling podium as of right now. And BJ there in fourth only adds to it. Michelle still in fifth, Crovey in sixth, Jared seventh, Darth Vader eighth, Fan ninth, Ghost Snaps in 10th. Imri is the last car running that will not score points as of right now. And then Watson, Ratio, BT, Critical Skills, and Cheese all out of the race.
Long list, that isn't it? This early on. Not ideal, but what can you do? What can you do? But yeah, lap 6:27. Those hard tyres should get to the end, I would have thought, but I don't want to necessarily say that they will and end up not getting there. But hopefully we should be able to go next lap when Imri catches up to the back of the safety car, and that'll then leave us 20 to go.
And Imri's gone for that same strategy as well, so he's also gone for the hard tyres in the stop. Right, so on to lap number 7. Primoz Jared into pit lane gets a 5-second penalty for speeding here. BJ in as well. I think he's also making the change onto a set of hard tyres, if my guess will be correct, so I'm hoping it is. Right, yeah, making a change. Yeah, onto hard tyres he goes, and Primoz Jared looks like he's going for them as well here. He's got a penalty to serve first, and a wing change for that Williams car as well. So that's being sorted. So let's wait for those guys to catch back up to the back of the field. Then we'll have a start.
Ideal, really, isn't it? Exciting. I mean, there are only 11 drivers left, and the less drivers there are, better it is for Fan, because then there's less people who are challenging him to get to where he needs to be to win the title tonight.
Definitely, right. So, in terms of that, as of right now, as it stands, of course, JT will bring it on to the last round because he's down in 7th. But, of course, he's the first car on track to have completed his... Actually, scrap that, he's not. Krobby's the first car to complete his mandatory pit stop because he pitted on lap number 2, or lap number 1. I could be wrong. But regardless... So, yeah, those two cars are too highest made their stop. Ghost Snipes has made 3 stops in 7 laps, and he's still running there in 8th place. So, just to show you the sheer magnitude of how crazy this race has been so far. And he's up 6th place as well, so... If anything, these 3 stops in 7 laps have actually been almost a blessing to me, you could argue.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's been a bit mental, hasn't it, really, so far? Hopefully, I don't think Jared's going to catch it in time.
He might do, you never know. It could be close. We've seen close safety car restarts.
Well, he might actually know. He should catch here.
It depends on when the safety car chooses to go. I think we may just miss out here.
I think he's got it. Has he?
Oh, yes, he has. Yeah. Okay, right. Right, okay, fair enough then. Okay.
JT's not got long at all to get this restart underway. It's because it's such a short pit lane entry here. When does JT go? There he goes.
Oh, he's looking for dead there, to be honest. That's a great getaway from JT and the top 3 in general, who all get away quite nicely, to be honest. Down towards turn 1.
Woody's really challenging Dean. He's got past Dean, but he might even have a go at JT down into turn 1.
3 up behind.
A little bit. Oh, yeah, they are 3 right behind. That's Imri to the inside.
That's very close to almost going straight up the track. And there goes Ghost Knight switching back on him. Imri off into the dirt. Yeah, Fan goes through.
It's Jared. So does Van Leeuwen. Yeah, I mean, Imri, I don't exactly know what Imri's doing this evening, but he's some weird moves down into turn 1. And that one hasn't paid off for him. I think Jared's going to go to the inside of Fan, though. Is Fan going to try and do the up and under? He tries it, but can't do it. And in doing so, allow Van Leeuwen up the inside into Lesmo 1. This might get a little bit tricky, but Fan just backs out, lets him through. Imri won't be able to get involved just yet. But Fan, be careful. I mean, he doesn't want to lose any. Well, he doesn't want to lose the car. He also can't afford losing too many positions here, because otherwise he will slip far too far back.
Definitely, right. Well, as right now he's sitting in P9, so honestly, he's not sitting too bad right now, because the field's all still bunched up together. JT hasn't got away quite as much as he did last time. Oh,
Jared.
Oh, around goes Jared at the exit of Ascari. Has he got damage? I think it's just end play damage. I could be wrong. Is there any damage at all?
I'm not too sure. I'm watching this battle. Oh, Van Leeuwen's then reset it back up the inside of Fan to Parabolica, and they've both got through there. Imri's then in tow, trying to find a way through. Here they go, down the main straight. They're going to go through. Imri's going to get 1. Imri's going to try and get 2, but he's not got the room. And blocks him off, but he's not going to send it around the outside.
Fan locks up there.
And Leeuwen sends it around the outside, and what a move it is.
It's going to work.
Back into P7.
That's fantastic stuff from BJ there to put himself up into the 7th position, just like that. And Fan locked up a bit going to turn 1. That will hurt his hard tyres just a little bit. BJ, Fan, and Imri all on the same strategy looks of it, and Jared will be as well, looking to try and take those hards to the end of the race. So of course we've got a number of cars here who of course have not stopped just yet. Only 4 who are yet to stop as it stands. JT, Wardy, Dean, and Michelle as it stands. But JT's getting away here. And we're a lap away from... It's been 9 laps in this race now, but we are yet to get DRS in this Grand Prix. I think next time we're about to get it.
Yes, no, I think you're right. For the first time we'll get it, but it'll only... the first time it'll be used is down towards Ascari. JT has not broken Wardy on this occasion like he did on the on the first restart. Dean is the one dropping back a little bit, and Michelle and Crovy are struggling to keep in touch. Ghost Snipes there as well. The field has strung out a fair bit after this safety car restart, but we'll have to see if the DRS will aid any overtaking manoeuvres. There's a spin.
That's Dean. Oh, no. There goes the Alpine.
That's a real shame.
Down to P10. As DRS gets deployed. Now he's got work to do to come back through the field as best he can. And I feel bad for saying this, but it's a slight return to the denologist of old, if I'm being entirely honest with us. I don't normally like to make fun of a man in distress, but there is a spinning Alpine and Dean is driving it, so.
A taxi's hand, isn't it, really?
Okay, we'll push on regardless. We won't stand the Dean any longer than we need to. Michelle's got Crovy right up behind him in that AlphaTauri, and I dare say we could see something going on with the DRS for either him or for Ghost Snipes, who's going to try and close to this AlphaTauri a bit more if he can. Nice little 3-car train being led by the Williams. He's 3 seconds back from Morty, just showing you the amount of gap between those guys so far. And it's activated for Crovy here. He's looking for a podium finish if he can. He's in a position to try and do it, to be honest, because he's the first car in the running order who has made that stop that he needs to have done, having made a stop on the second lap, if my count is correct. So he's used a lot of his battery so far. That's a big thing for him. Michelle is being closed on here, so I dare say we could see a big change in position here in the race for third. Michelle will look to keep behind any ways necessary if he can. I'll be ordering an awful lot for no good reason. JT sets the fastest lap of the race. I thought it was Ghost Snipes go off the track for a second there, but nope, we're okay. Michelle will try and break the toe as best he can here, or maybe he won't. Crovy's got DRS, but he's not getting anywhere with it as of right now. No real progress made enough to make a move into turn 1, and Fan is trying to close back in on BJ in the race, trying to retake 6th position. So it's not looking overly good right now, but when we get to the pit stops, that's when Fan should come forward to the front of the field.
I mean, depending on how well Crovy can manage his tyres, if he can just sit in that slipstream, I mean, he could get to the end. It's going to be difficult, but it's possible, definitely possible.
You'd have to do about 26 laps on him.
Yes, but I've seen it before.
I'll be honest, so have I. It can happen.
So it can, yeah, it could happen. Of course, Van Leuven and Fan and Imrie as well behind will all be trying that as well. But I think Wardy's going to have to pit soon. I think this or next, I reckon he'll come in.
Potentially, he's 1.8 behind JT right now. I'm not sure if he's closing in or not, because I'm pretty sure I saw it at 2 seconds. I have to go back to that for a moment, because Crovy is only a 10th behind Michelle here. It could go for a move down the main straight if he gets close enough, because he's definitely close enough this time. If he can get good exit out of this last corner, but he hasn't. Michelle's got me quite nicely, to be honest, there, and he could fall prey to Ghost Snipes to come right off that last corner and down the main straight towards turn 1. Lap number 12 gets underway. Ghost Snipes to the outside as I go towards turn number 1, and he's already clear of Crovy. Might try and take Michelle as he gets close enough. Crovy back up the inside, going late on the brakes. There's contact there, and Michelle lucky to still be going facing the right way. If that attack was any harder, I dare say he may have gone around. So Crovy may have received a warning for that in some way. So we'll have to keep an eye on him as to if he has any more instance his way. Ghost Snipes back to the outside. That'll be the inside for the De La Roche chicane as they come towards the left-hander. It's going to be very close here. He goes over the curbs a bit and managed to shut out Crovy. Oh, and that goes Michelle around. Oh, the exit of the chicane. He may have just gotten the curbs there.
Van Leuven. Van Leuven up the inside of Crovy.
Takes it away.
Goes into P4. All of a sudden, he's into P4. Fan will be looking to get past Crovy as well. Yeah,
Fan's not too far behind either. DRS deployed now for the championship leader, looking to try and close that gap. He's got Imrie right behind him. I dare say Imrie will take any prisoners lightly in the slightest. He's taken no prisoners today so far. Fan, I think he tried to go for a move, but it may have just tapped the back end of the AlphaTauri. Has to fall back into line. He lost all his momentum. And I have to keep an eye on these guys. Yellow flag, and that's Premal Jan out of the race. He's lost it out of second Lesmo. Could that be another safety? It is another safety car. And I dare say it will be what JT and Wardy would have been wanting here. JT in.
It's not what JT wants. It's definitely not what JT wants.
What he's in?
On that hard tyre.
Oh, true, yes.
Yeah, but
actually, you are right.
Difficult to get to the end.
It'd be perfect for Wardy, but JT could end up getting snookered here, as it stands. Crovy comes in the last second. Fan stays out as expected, and now moving to second place as BJ inherits the lead. Wardy away, and JT. Oh, he's been helped massively there. I think there may have been damage, wing damage to repair, but he's now lost the place to Wardy, and that makes things all the more better for Fan, because as of right now, it means he'll be on course to become champion. Darth Vader takes third away.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the smarter option to stay out. I think 11 and Fan, I think, have taken the correct approach. Darth Vader, not sure about staying out considering that he hasn't pitted yet.
True.
I think he'll come in soon. Well, I think he should come in soon. Whether he will or not is a different question. I think he should come in soon. Wardy's in a good position here as well. But we'll have to see how well those mediums hold up. Michelle on that soft is not getting to the end.
Yeah, he has to stop again. Might be banking on coming forward and hoping to get another one of his safety cars. And I dare say Darth Vader can't kind of that same luxury. He can't bank on there being another one of these because we've had 3, but we don't know how many more we'll get. Only 10 cars left in the running here, so it'll be a tight one for sure.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll just have to see whether he can pull it off or not. But yeah, 3rd safety car. We've just not even got to halfway through this race. We'll nearly saturate the amount of safety cars soon enough, won't we?
Sometimes we just get races like that, to be honest. Just in league racing in general. But BJ then leading as of right now. Fan in 2nd, Darth Vader in 3rd, but most likely will fall back on the, if not on the restart, then when he pits, because he will need to. There's no denying that. You are right, Dara. And Wardy there in 4th, JT 5th as of right now, Ghost Knight 6th, Krubby in 7th, Michelle 8th, Dean 9th, and Imri rounds to your top 10, and he's still he's served a good number of those penalties. He's only got 3 seconds left now, so honestly his situation isn't as bad as it was. If we can hold off on our safety cars to the end, and he can try and move at some places, and I dare say he can have a good chance, perhaps scoring a few more points today. But I dare say, I think to be honest, he's already, as it stands, 45 points back in the championship. So I dare say, as of right now, it's looking like so for him, unfortunately. 3rd would be the best he can take at this stage, perhaps even 2nd, depending on where JT finishes.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. And sure, I agree with the off-tyre decision. Imri's back on those old hards as well. I don't know why he's got onto those old hards, but he has. And he's now back down in 10th place with those penalties. How many penalties has he got?
Only 3
it's 3
left
seconds.
Yeah, the 5 ones he served in those earlier stops. And I've just realised that JT has served a penalty as well. JT's in this one maybe realised that he said it's 5 seconds because it was for collision with Imri, so he's served it, and that's why he fell behind Wardy. So he's honestly not lost that too much. He's still in with a really good shot to win this race and try and bring the championship a bit more. It just depends where Fan finishes. And as of right now, it's looking like Fan's gain, and we're getting a restart this time because BJ is there behind the safety car and Imri is closing up. Well, Dara, 10 cars. I start to wonder about how many we have left to talk about at the end of this race as the safety car comes in. Let's hope we can keep all 10 cars to the end, eh?
Yeah, and it'll be 13 laps to the end now. In a bit of a slow Monza because we've had all those safety cars. But, we'll find out who's going to come out on top. But Fan is in a very good place to take the title, isn't he?
Definitely. I dare say in a good spot to try and take the lead off of BJ as well if Wardy doesn't get him first. It all comes down to what BJ chooses to do on this restart. It'll be crucial for him to try and pull away nicely. And he has pulled away. There we go. He's left Fan Wardy for dead there to come off that last corner and charging towards the line. Safety car is in. We're back underway here on lap 15. 13 more laps to go here at Monza. As we come towards turn number 1. Michelle already making moves. He's passing, and Imri's passing Darth Vader as well. Those two both getting a place each as they go into turn 1. Wardy looking to the inside of Fan. There's contact, and around goes the Ferrari. And JT goes charging on through. And Fan and Wardy both on the track there. A late move from Wardy has put Fan massively down the order here. He's down to P8, and I dare say his championship chances all of a sudden could be looking very bleak, Dara.
He could, and I don't think that Fan will be too pleased with Wardy there. I think there'll be a little bit of tension in the admin chat. But yeah, I can't believe, quite frankly, that Wardy is the person who has somewhat ended Fan's hopes this evening. But there's still a long way to go. Still a lot of laps to race, and it's definitely possible for Fan to get back into a championship winning position here.
Definitely not at all over yet. Considering we've got to remember that he's the one in control. Everyone's got to catch him, and JT as of right now, the win will be preferable for him right now. As it stands, he is scoring 15 more. Actually, I think he's scoring 14 more, depending on that fast start. No, it's exactly 15, so he can bring that championship gap back as it stands right now. But the win would help it even more with that. I think if he finishes lower than this, then the Fan, even at P8, is champion. We talked about this earlier on. As Michelle goes to the inside of Imri, as he goes into Parabolica. of that last corner. The field's really spread out here as we come on to that number 16 of this race. It's BJ in control, a JT in second, and unbelievably, Ghost Snipes in third.
Yeah, he is, and we look for Imri actually making a move on Michelle here down towards turn 1. It's easy as you like. I mean, Imri, you know, death taxes and Imri, very low ERS very quickly, but he's got past Michelle. He's up into P6, so he's onto the grass though, and that's going to really compromise his exit. Michelle's going to go back past again. Cool, and Michelle's got a lot more ERS to defend with. He's got more than half a battery more than Imri, and then he retakes P6, and Fan will just try and saunter back up to the back of these guys once again.
Yeah, don't look now, but I dare say it's still with a shot of nabbing P6, sorry, P7. I think if he takes P7 as it stands right now, he's good for the championship because he's 15 there. I'll say that almost around goes Michelle there in the Williams. He may have got end plate damage there. He falls down to P9. That could be P10 if Darth Vader falls away, if Darth Vader closes in. But Fan in P7 now. I think that's just enough to keep to put the championship dead at this point because as of right now, he's currently. JT's only gaining, as it stands, 13 points, if my maths is correct. I don't think they are, to be honest. I think he's only gaining 12. Yeah, only 12 as it stands. 13 with the fastest lap. So, as of right now, he's champion. But JT looking for the lead here as they go towards turn number 1. On the outside of BJ, it will come down to who's last on the stoppers as they go into that first corner. It's going to be very, very close. BJ on the inside, almost looking a bit there. Couples across the Ferrari, no contact made. BJ stays in control. And there goes Ghost Snipes trying to make a move there for the second spot. Won't quite take it. JT holds on to come through Cover Grande.
It's a good attempt by JT, but it wasn't quite enough. And I thought Ghost Snipes was going to be able to come through there on the Ferrari, but he wasn't able to in the end. But the field is tighter than it was after the last restart. Top 7 are quite tightly knit, even with the little mistakes we've seen with Fan and Wardy coming together at turn 1. But yeah, I mean, approaching 10 to go. And I still don't really want to call it here because I think Van Leeuwen's in a good position, especially if he can hold on, but those tyres will start dying.
Fan yes, he has. Yep, there he goes, and he'll start chasing that 2.5 second gap to Dean. Who, honestly, it's still I don't want to jinx him at this point because he's doing so well right now, but he is still. I say he's got a good chance at podium here if something goes wrong for these guys up front. JT is looking to make a move on BJ. Ghost Snipes behind him. These three could get very close when we come down this next straight with the DRS deployed. I dare say JT will be looking at the lead here because I see no way what the BJ can keep him behind. But here they come. Rearing open as they come towards that first corner. Ferrari versus Aston Martin. It's 2023 preview on the new game all over again. Towards turn 1 they come. Again, BJ staying it, but JT going for the switchback this time. He's trying to go both ways and he won't quite make it work. He can't get around the outside, so BJ holds on to the lead. Here comes JT again with the ERS to his advantage on the outside of Curva Grande. Can't get in there, but switch back to the inside now. That'll be the outside for the De La Roche chicane. They come towards that left turn. It's going to be very, very tight, but I think BJ just about stays in front there as Dean takes away P4 from Crovey.
Oh!
Contact. JT takes the lead.
Yeah, Van Leeuwen had a bit of a moment through the middle of the De La Roche chicane. JT was just able to saunter through, able to pick his line. And he has taken the lead, and it'll be on Van Leeuwen to try and stay within that DRS and try and keep tabs with JT. But now Fan, he's got to move up a couple of positions up the order to try and keep this title in his hands tonight.
I think he needs 2 more places, if I'm being honest with you, Dara. I think he needs both Crovey and Dean to be scratched off his hit list at this point. It comes through Ascari. He's still got 9 laps to do it, so this championship isn't at all over for him because, of course, he's still the one with a dominant 40-point lead coming into today. So all JT's doing now is just closing that gap a bit. So the last race looming next week. I can't remember when the last race is, if I'm being honest. I'm trying to think. I'll have a quick look. JT sets the fastest lap as go towards turn at number 1. So we're looking into the last race at Portugal next week. So be heading to the Algarve circuit for the title decider. Should there be one?
Right. Yeah, I mean, we've got 9 to go.
That is correct, yes. And BJ, 6/10 back from JT, who isn't gaining as much as we thought he would. Ghost Snipes penalty here. Ooh. 3 seconds. Yeah. That could help Fan a little bit. If he can, that'll be another place for him if he can get close enough. Michelle fastest lap there. Now snapped another point off JT, crucially. So that'll be 1 less point in the championship. BJ now on the chase with the DRS deployed, looking to close that 7th gap to the Ferrari in front of him. Ghost Snipes looking around, trying to make something happen, going late on the brakes into Scrub. That's went a bit too deep there off his line for so slightly, but still gets a good momentum on the exit, looking towards Parabolica now. He's just a quarter of a second behind. And Fan be within DRS range now of Crovey, who will not have it off of Dean if it carries on like this, going towards that DRS zone, because Dean is getting away here. He's 2 seconds back from Ghost Nuts, won't have it himself. So Fan will close in massively now, and it's all coming together for him. He needs 2 more places, remember. We've got 8 more laps to go in this one. And Fan is a man on a mission right now as DRS gets deployed.
We go. Snipe's not quite able, but Van Lowen very
Switch back, here he goes.
The up and under. I think he's trying it. Oh, I can't quite get the exit though.
Not enough.
Can't quite get the exit.
He's looking around though, trying to find an opening of some kind if he can try and make one. But BJ getting away. But while these two battle, all the while that's going to allow JT to build his lead ever so slightly more and more each time. He's always going over the curves a bit too much there. That may have cost him about a 10th or 2 perhaps on the exit, but he's managed to hold on to it. There goes Ghost Snipes to the inside of BJ, going into the Desmo, but he backs out of it. Smart move there. He's got a podium out. I'd say not the wisest thing to do to want to sacrifice it, especially with that 3-second penalty he's got. Oh, as I said, around he goes! No! And Ghost Snipes out of the race here. And could have been another safety car.
I don't think we will. I think we've gone past.
I think we're going to stay green here, yes. Right, so continuing on, that puts Fans P5. Now he just needs one more place now. Off of Crovey as it stands.
Fans just needs to get Crovey to take the title.
Well, he knows it's in his hands now. He's in DRS range, so there's not much to it now. So JT can take the win and Fan can take the championship. It's a dream scenario for the Tifosi, the virtuous Tifosi in the stands as of right now. But Ghost Snipes out. Only 9 cars to score points tonight then. And here comes Fan, just 4 tenths behind Crovey, looking to put this championship away. Down towards turn 1 they come. This could be a title-making pass here to the outside of the AlphaTauri, who's got no support, no help whatsoever, no battery in the tank, completely no battery in the tank, and Fan into 4th place, which, as we know, Dara, is a championship-winning position. All he's got to do now is just hold on.
Yeah, he's only got 7 laps to wait till the end of the race. That'll only be about 10 minutes, but I think that'll feel like a lot more than 10 minutes for Fan by the end of the race. We're still to see how those medium tyres are going to hold up as well, so Fan still might get that podium. But your prediction of Dean on the podium is looking relatively strong now, isn't it?
I'm not sure which one I want more to be honest. I'm not sure if I want a Fan title or a Dean podium. I think that's a
we could get both.
The two. Yeah, can I get both? Can BJ? Nah, that's not what's in the band. Yellow flag. Who was that? That was Dean. Oh, and it appears that he's made my mind up for me. Right then, and Crovey's taken away 3rd from Fan there. Very close to us. So what's just happened? Crovey in the chaos has taken away 3rd place from C110P Fan.
Well, so, Dean. Yeah. So, yeah. Fan must have had a moment avoiding Dean. I can't think of any other reason.
Potentially, yes. And Crovey's taken full advantage of that because he's got that bit more time to prepare for it because he's running behind both cars. And now he's into 3rd place.
This is commentator's go city tonight, isn't it?
Let's not carry on because I kind of want to see a championship tonight. Should we just mute for the last 6 laps? Just to be on the safe side.
Well, it's probably better if we did, but I don't think we'd be allowed. I don't think they'd be very happy.
Not at all, no. I know Fan probably wouldn't.
Probably can't believe his luck at the moment up in P3.
Definitely, but he's got to hold off several fast cars at the end here. You look at the 4 guys he's got behind him. Of course, there's gaps between them, but he's got Fan, Imri, and Wardy behind him. That is quite a deadly trio, if I do say so myself, of drivers to try and keep behind you. That's like trying to keep behind Verstappen, Leclerc and Hamilton in a career mode race on like 110 AI and you're in an Alpine. Because that's something I've got to deal with regularly when I'm making videos. But regardless, enough about that. Pushing on. Fan with DRS here, still half a second back from Crovey. I dare say he could easily snatch that back if he wanted to. He's going to use his battery as well. I suppose I gap that a little bit more. As of right now though, BJ and JT getting away. BJ though 2 seconds behind our race leader, other Ferrari. And as of right now, he's doing all he can, but it won't be enough as it stands, as Fan is just 5 laps away from the title.
Will he get a podium? That's the question. Will he get a podium to cap it off?
Potentially, yeah, who knows?
Let's see. Out of the Parabolica.
I may have to check
up
here,
towards the line.
I may have to check.
Sorry,
I may have to check briefly if I can. I'm about to nab my phone quickly and get the last stream went to Monza on that race. As Fan takes away 3rd place from Krovi. I have to check, because I'm not sure if Fan and Cheese are racing for P4 at the end, if I'm being entirely honest with you. They might have been. And if he was to finish P4, well, he might not now because he's in P3. If he was to finish 4th and win the championship, that might make this all the more poetic. So, I'm not going to have a look. We're going to keep focused on the action here, because we are dedicated commentators who are doing this every Thursday at 7 PM. Right, pushing again swiftly on. Fan to 3rd place now, and looking ever more set to win the championship. Dean and Darth Vader both in the pits here, so the strategy working out for them. Darth Vader could snatch a late fastest lap if he wants to, because he's guaranteed a top 10 finish, and he's only car on soft as it stands, so it could go his way. He could get an extra point. And JT, as of right now, no threat behind and on course for the victory, but knows it won't be enough at this stage. He's got an eye on that leaderboard on the top left of his screen, which will say to him that Fan is in 3rd place and on course to not only take the Drivers' Championship, but we forgot about this whole race. Ferrari outscoring Mercedes by a long way as it stands. Imri there in 5th place and may potentially lose a few more spots. Actually, he might finish 5th because Dean's 30 seconds back. Yellow flag, and that is Michel who spun off at the exit of the other Roger as GT sets the fastest lap of the race. 4 laps to go.
I'm still intrigued. I mean, I think Imri might have a little bit to say by the end of this race.
Potentially, yes, because he has got that penalty.
I mean, just in terms of, you might try and get past Krovi here. I'm not too sure, but yeah, that penalty hanging over his head won't be ideal for him.
Definitely not.
JT looks very much in control, doesn't he? 4 seconds in the lead, but I think to be a little bit too late, won't it, in terms of the championship? But Fan again. I mean, he's pulling from Krovi. There's the 2nd, and he's looking safe. It would take a mistake from Fan to lose the title. And saying that has worried me. But we move. We've got 3.5 to go.
Because it makes you feel guilty if you was to spin out after you just said that. Because I'm hoping because I kind of want to see Fan take the title. If I'm being honest, I'm not biased, but I like seeing a champion crown when I'm here, and I like that happening regardless. So hopefully Darragh hasn't ruined Fan's chances through speaking, as we've seen from both of us several times. Like we have kind of screwed several guys over. There are 7 drivers who are not finishing this race right now. That's all we'll say.
Yeah, that's true.
Regardless, though,
that's very true.
We'll push on. 3 laps to go. Krovi is still being threatened by Imri, and I dare say this is the time where he takes the AlphaTauri. Look at the run he's got now. I dare say there's no reason why the Silver Arrow can't take the AlphaTauri into turn 1, into that first corner. It's very close. Imri shuts the door very nicely on Krovi. No contact made, and holds on to now claims P4, but he's out of DRS range from Fan, who's just got to drive 3 simple laps. That's all it takes for him right now. And we're on course to see what could be an unbelievable championship victory from a driver who took 2.5 seasons to win in a league that he is in charge of, no less.
Yes, that's true.
And it was at this same race in season 2. Where, there goes Imri, losing the go, saves it, and Wardy might go around him, to be honest though. Wardy goes through, Imri saving that. That was very, very close. Good save from the Mercedes car there. It has to be said. One of the better looking moves of the race that luckily didn't end in a car collapsed against the side of the barriers. But regardless, JT moving on here through Parabolica. He's got 2 more laps to go here, Darragh, and I think despite the fact he'll be losing the championship as it stands, it shouldn't take away from what's been a fantastic race for him regardless.
No, yeah, definitely. Driven incredibly well over the course of the 25 laps so far. And he's just got the 2 more to go. I mean, he might even let Michel to cap it off, but Michel is on soft, so he might be able to stay in front. But yeah, it's been a fantastic drive from him. Van Leuven's also had a very good drive, stayed out of trouble. I mean, because even Fan, you had the trouble and dropped back down to I think it was P10, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the restart of Wardy, both those cars come back up to us, yeah. And Krovi doing a fantastic job too. Right, and so 1.5 laps to go then for JT for the win, and Fan for the championship, and Ferrari to take home a Constructors' title in the TakeOver race. The Tifosi are waiting for the celebrations to begin, and I dare say that they'll be beginning in just about 2 minutes' time, if my clock skills are correct at all. Here comes JT through Ascari now. BJ in a world of his own in 2nd place as of right now. His teammate Smoke and Cheese long gone from this Grand Prix, unfortunately. and it's all sort of kicked off there. But things have calmed down now. Everyone is under control of what's going on, and JT is about to start his final lap, and Fan is just over a lap away from winning the TakeOver Racing League Championship, becoming the 5th different champion in TRL.
And he's only got the 1 lap to go.
JT then.
We'll have to see.
JT then starts the bell lap, and Fan comes through now. 1 more lap to go, and there's a phrase, Dara. There's a phrase that you've definitely heard me use at some point, whether you've been watching a stream or whether you've been here with me saying it. And I've always said to you that the races that C110P Fan wins are the ones that are best achieved in chaos. There's been chaos today, and he's about to walk away not with a win, but with the best prize that this league can offer, and that is the TakeOver Racing League Championship, provided he can hold on to these final 2 sectors, as JT is on course to take this victory. His first win, Australia, back in season number 3, with a car running behind him in P4. Wardy intervened with Cheese. We think back to season 2, the finale at this exact same circuit, where the championship slipped through his fingers by the slimmest of margins, lost it on countback, had 0 race victories that season, could have gone an entire season as Mr. Consistency, and perhaps winning it without taking any race wins. But this time round, he's been in fine form the entire 8 rounds there. He's about to wrap the title with a round to spare. He comes through Ascari, nice and easy up front. JT into Parabolica for the final time, and coming off it, the Tifosi now rise to their feet as JT runs towards the line and takes another win this season. It's a dominant one for Ferrari and seals the Constructors' Championship. And here he comes, champion for the first time in the TakeOver Racing League. I can't believe I'm saying this. It's C110P Fan, 3rd place, and the TakeOver Racing League's brand new Drivers' Champion.
And it's been such a good performance all season long from Fan. I mean, he's been so consistent, he's been so reliable, and I mean, with this result, he moves himself on to 140 points in the 8th round of this season, which is just amazing. It's fantastic consistency. He's been on the podium nearly every single race, and I mean, he fully deserved to him for the Drivers' Champion, and with it, Ferrari's Constructors' Championship, which again, fully deserved. I mean, they themselves move on to, at the end of this race, with the 40 points that they've got coming to them, they will have 250 points for their name after 8 races, which again, it's just fantastic. It's more than 30 points a race, which is just insane. And yeah, fully deserved from both the team and the driver.
Well, there's been little to no challenge for the Ferrari boys this season in particular. They take over the top spot in the TRL, and we'll hope to see someone challenge them next season. As for next Thursday, they've got 1 more race on this game at Algarve to enjoy themselves in at Portimao. But JT's your winner today. Fan is your champion, and we have to talk to all 3 podium finishers, I think, Dara, after a fantastic race like that, and the milestones that have been reached tonight. It's been absolutely amazing stuff all night long. The chaos waned a bit, it died down as it should have, and JT comes away with the victory, and Tifosi could not be happier that both their drivers stand on the podium on the day they're crowned champions.
Yeah, exactly, and I mean, it's perfect day really, with JT winning and Fan in 3rd. I mean, and starting 3rd and finishing 3rd really doesn't tell the story, does it? But he won't care, because he is the Drivers' Champion. I think Crovey is the man of the day after starting in 2nd to last and ending in 4th with a great display. But yeah, what a race overall.
Number of great displays throughout the field. The celebration beginning then, and like I said, we'll have to get these guys in for post-race interviews. I'll get that sorted out with Dara with me. But before I go through the final results, JT then wins the race, BJ in 2nd, and Fan comes home to confirm his first TakeOver Racing League Championship, which I'm so pleased to say for him. I'm so proud of what he's done in this league these last 6 seasons, and now he's a champion. Always good to see. Crowley comes home in 4th. As you say, Dara, definitely. I mean, driver of the day in our eyes. Let's be honest. It's been a fantastic race for him. Wardy in 5th. Imri comes home in 6th after all that chaotic stuff, and in 7th it's Dean. 8th is Darth Vader. 9th Michelle, and as for your retirees, Ghost Snipes, Primal Jared, Watson, Ratio, BT, Critical Skills, and Smoking Cheese. Right. That is the race sorted. Let's go to the post-race interviews now. So, Dara, if you want to switch over to the race voice chat for me, we'll get that sorted out. Fantastic stuff. And I'm still requiring push to talk for some reason. What is going on? Okay. Okay, we okay? I think push talk is on again, Dara. I'm not sure what's got. Yeah, push talk is on again for some reason, mate. I'm not sure what's going on. Do you head into the general voice chat for me? Okay, we'll see if that's any better. Right, bear with me just a moment. Okay, right, so still push talk there. I don't know why that is. I don't know what. It's push to talk here as well, to be honest, man. I'm not sure why I have to push to talk. Right. Is there any way we can figure this out? Can we invite people to the comms box, perhaps? Does that work? Okay, right. Can you... Right, okay, I need to turn it off quickly. Okay, right. No idea as to why that was like that. But Darren, can you hear me again? We all good? Okay.
There. Hello. There we go.
Right, here we go. Back again. Okay. Right. So we'll need to get these guys in.
Right. Yes. So Fan,
JT, and we'll need to get someone to invite BJ here.
Yeah.
That'll be the other thing.
Get off that screen so that we don't get the copyright for the music.
And we'll have to make sure that we get push talk turned off in all these chats, because I'll be honest, there's no real need for it. Right. Okay. Well, look here to get these guys into the comms box, and we'll get to speak to them, because it was a fantastic race there. Let's be honest.
It was a fantastic race, and it was up and down. I mean, some incidents, but yeah, it was quite special. AT to
JT to win the race yet? JT, you want to mute yourself quickly, mate, just while we get everyone in, and we'll get that all sorted out. Okay. Right, now we need Fan and we need BJ in as well, so we'll have to figure that out somehow.
Oh, you will.
Are you able to invite people, or are you not allowed to invite people? How does that work? I think I can. I think I can invite people. Is it worth me trying?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know if we have permissions.
Ah, that's not so good, is it? Right, okay. And now we just need Fan to come on in. Of course, we'll get to speak to the new Constructors Champions and the Drivers Champion as well. Fantastic stuff today. Okay. We're just waiting on some of these guys here. I mean, Darren, we could get started talking to JT since he's here. We could do that now.
Yeah, why not?
JT, there, you hear us, mate? You hear us?
Hello.
There we go. Everyone's in now. Okay, right. So, well, yeah. So we'll get started here. We're talking to JT. Of course, is the race winner for today. JT, with us, mate? Can you hear us? Can't hear him. Not sure if he's there. We might have to come back to him potentially. Give us just a moment.
AT.
What's that?
It was a one. Don't know. It was a one-time thing.
He tried.
Yeah, I thought it might work, but maybe not.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. He's
there.
He
is.
Hello, JT. Right. Well, first of all, then congratulations on the race win and the Constructors Championship. It's quite a crazy one, then, mate. Talk me through it.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, my pace was like really good, so all the safety cars made it a lot more difficult for me.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, the things weren't brilliant out there on the track today. Of course, the strategy. Of course, we had several safety cars in today's race. Did they have any change to your tyre strategy at all, or is it always the same, more or less?
Not really. I wanted to pit lap 14, and the safety car came out in lap 13, so it was perfect for me, to be honest. I did only have that 5 seconds penalty, so I would have had if it stayed out a little bit lower, if it came out a little bit later, then I had maybe 5 seconds to Wally, but at the end it's a win. So
Yeah, he said about the penalty. I wanted to ask, what exactly happened there? What happened from your perspective with the safety car restart?
I mean, Immer, from my perspective, Immer got on the throttle, and I think he got too soon, so his limiter blocked him, and then he braked automatically. So I didn't react on time, or like I expected him to go. So
yeah, it did look like he was going, to be honest. Okay.
yeah.
Right. Yeah, I do agree. Okay, last question for you then. Okay, we've got one more race left this season, and then one more race on this game, of course. That'll be the Portuguese Grand Prix next season. Sorry, I can't speak. Next week, next Thursday. Are you looking forward to seeing the back of this game, perhaps? And move on to the next one.
I'm not. I think I'm not that good on Portugal. I'm not bad, but maybe not that good. So I would need to see how the practice goes.
Fair enough. And then, of course, that'll be the last one on this game. So, are you looking forward to F1 23?
Definitely, yeah.
Lovely stuff. Well, it should be great fun for you. Well, congratulations again on the win. Yeah, so we'll move on now to our second place finisher, BJ. If you're there with us, mate.
I'm here, yeah.
There he is. Right, BJ. Well done. Then second place finish for you there. Towards the end, though, it got a bit quiet for you. Talk us through it.
Yeah, well, first of all, congrats to Fan for his championship and for the Scuderia for the Constructors Championship. They secured this as well. Well, for my own race, what a race it was. It was so chaotic. People were crashing all over the place. Turn 1 was quite of a danger zone. So yeah, I got in a mess lap 1, turn 1, so broke my wing, had to pit, but luckily a safety car came out, so I could follow the rest and get back to the pack. After that, it was still a bit chaotic. Ended up with some older hearts against fresh mediums against JT, so it was kind of a pointless battle, but still tried to make anything of it. Held it together for maybe 2 or 3 laps, and then I had to give in. And after that, like you said, it was a quiet race, and well, it was a good result.
It definitely can't be too mad about second place. I wanted to ask your perspective on that incident from the first lap. What happened to you there? What did you pick up?
I honestly have no clue what happened. I had a 5-place grid penalty for blocking that wasn't blocking at all. I suddenly got a 5-place penalty during qualifying, so I had to start P8, I believe. And I just tried to brake in time to not hit the cars ahead. But apparently some guys behind forgot where the brake pedal was. So that was quite interesting, but I have to see the footage to see what happened exactly.
Fair enough. And in terms of the same question I asked JT, in terms of safety cars, then of course you started on the mediums. That the safety car on lap 13 came to your timing quite nicely. Was there any change to strategy at all?
Yeah, no. I believe I started with hards, but I pitted for mediums lap 1 because I had to change my wing. I don't know if I pitted again and the next safety car for hards, and then safety car after that one I had to stay out for track position, but of course the safety cars changed the strategy a bit, but nothing else I could have done in the end.
Fair enough. And of course, last question for you in terms of next week's race, Portimao, the last one on this game. Are you going to miss this game, or are we just moving on to the next one?
I'm not really gonna miss this game. I guess from the footage I can see on YouTube, the traction is gonna be a lot better on the next game. So let's hope it indeed is, and there are no other surprise bugs and all kinds of problems with the game. So in that case, I'm looking forward to the next one, and I'm happy to say goodbye to this one.
And that'll probably be the general consensus tonight. Well, congratulations again on the second place finish there, and now we come to the TakeOver Racing League's newest champion, C110P fan. Mate, you did it! Congratulations! How does it feel?
Cheers, guys. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good.
Legend.
Thank you. It was like BJ said, it was a bit of a crazy race. So I knew that if I finished P5 or above, then there was nothing that JT could do. So it was just about keeping out of trouble and not getting involved in anything I didn't need to, and not spinning, as I've done quite a lot recently.
Fair enough. Of course, we managed to hold it together just long enough to take the title. And with the race remaining as well, you're gonna enjoy next week's race a bit more now.
Yeah, we can just sort of relax and have some fun. The last few weeks has just been about trying to minimise any losses to JT just in case. So next week I don't really need to worry about that, and I can just go out and enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely. I'd have another question for you, but I forgot. You said you didn't want to get involved in too much. For of course, you could stay out of it. I know Waddy's here in the chat. We've got the incident with Waddy. What happened from your perspective? What happened there?
I don't really know. I know that's such a cop-out answer, but I don't really know. I just I braked a little bit early for turn 1 just because I didn't want to miss my braking point and smash into the back of BJ. So I braked a little bit early, and then before I started braking, I'd seen Waddy was behind, so I just turned in. But obviously he was there when I turned in, so I don't know. It'd be interesting to see it back. I don't want to say it's his fault or my fault or whatever until we've seen it, but if it is, I'll apologise, of course.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, won't push you for an answer in that respect. And then in terms, I'll ask you the same question I've asked you guys to cap things off here. Obviously, you'll have a title to defend on the new game. Are we looking forward to it?
Yeah. I mean, we're nearly at the end of the game cycle now, and it's it's not quite as easy to put in the practice anymore. So it'd be nice to get a new game and start fresh and enjoy it.
Are we seeing a potential second championship in your future, perhaps?
I don't know. I think this season's very much.
You're calling me?
Oh, fair enough. JT wants another one.
We'll see. I mean, this season's been very circumstantial. Lemons has missed some races. JT missed some races. So I'm well aware of taking advantage of the circumstances, as opposed to being the fastest guy all season. But they all count in the end.
That is indeed true, and that has reminded me there, JT, piping up today. I think we'll congratulate me and Daryl. We wanted to congratulate you guys on winning the Constructors' Championship as well, because that's all wrapped up. So Ferrari are all-out champions, all-out takeover of this league. If you see what I did there. So yeah, congratulations then, fan, on your the first championship for you, and we'll have to see if there's any more to come in future. Okay, right. We'll move on now, because we've got two more people here who want to interview. I know we don't want to do podium finishes. We've got Wardy and Dean here with us in the comments box. So Wardy, we'll come to you first, mate, since you finished higher. Sorry, Dean, I have to mute yourself back up for a second.
But yo,
really? I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. It has to be done. Right. Okay. So yeah, Wardy. Sorry, Dean. Wardy, we'll come to you first, then, mate. Right. Yeah. So you've had a bit of a mad one there for you, then. Talk us through it.
It was a bit of an eventful one, to be honest. Bit of an up and down race. I had a good start. I was up there with Dean. I think he was on the. Dean, were you on the medium or hard tyres? I'll let you unmute yourself.
I'm on the hard.
I was on the hard. Oh, okay. So I was on the mediums. Yeah, we had a good start. It was a bit of a carnage start. I had Cheese behind me going into sector 2, and then, as far as I'm aware, I don't know what happened, but he just went off and safety car. I don't know what happened because I was focusing on my own race, but yeah, a bit of a chaotic one to say the least.
Yeah, and in terms of the, of course, we had several safety cars today. Did they have any complication for you in terms of just the race in general?
Obviously, I was starting on the medium, so I was hoping to go onto the hard side pretty early. I know Fan did on the second or third safety car, I believe, but I wanted to drag out the mediums a little bit longer and hope for another safety car, and then yeah, that happened, and then just hards until the end.
Fair enough. Then, because I've asked Fan about the little incident between you guys. What happened for you there? Was that just a mistake, or was that some kind of I'm not going to say it. Well, do you think of crash game?
Nothing. It was just an incident.
Fair enough.
No, but I braked a little bit late into turn 1, to be honest. So I felt like it was my fault sticking my nose into the apex, and Fan was there also. So yeah, it was. I would say it's more my fault than his, but if he wants to take the blame for it, then yeah, I'll happily let him take it then.
Right, well, hopefully we can all be friends again after all that. And then I'll ask you the same question I've asked guys. I know the general consensus by now, but are you looking forward to seeing the back of this game?
100%. Yeah, it's probably the worst Formula One game in a while. I think my memories lie with 2013 and 2020. Like BJ said earlier, I think looking at clips on YouTube, the traction looks a lot better. So hopefully moving forward it'll be a lot better for all of us and closer racing as well.
Do we see you in with a chance of the championship next season? Because while Fan almost won the championship season 2, you could have won it that day as well, but then certain circumstances intervened with you. Could we see you come back and try and win a championship?
Yeah, Monza always brings carnage, don't it? I think I got killed on lap 1, I believe.
That is correct. That is what happened.
Yeah.
I remember things.
Yeah, we'll forget about that one. But no, I'm hoping to challenge, but honestly, every game's different, and there's always a challenger on every game, so we'll wait and see. It'll be hopefully closer racing, so hopefully I'll be up there as well.
That's a wait and see. Well, congratulations on the race, and look forward to seeing you again next week. And now he can come to Deanologist at last to confront him himself. Dean, welcome back to the TakeOver Racing League, mate. You had quite a messy return race to that, mate. Talk us through it.
Did you say a messy return?
Not messy for you in general, just as in messy in general, not for just for you.
I mean, it was pretty in general. The whole race was a bit carnage.
Sorry.
It reminded me of Australia 2021, or what season that was, season 3 or something.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it was chaotic.
How'd you find it on the? Of course, have you done a league race on this game yet, or have you not done a league race?
I've done a couple in Orion, but other than that, not many.
How'd you find this one tonight then? Anything new in there or at all?
I mean, my pace wasn't too bad. It's just I couldn't quite keep it on track a couple of times. That's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, pace wasn't bad, but yeah, everyone else you can tell who league races often more consistent than that. But I don't mind. I was there for a bit.
What are you trying to say there? It's okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. We did see you catch the car a couple of times, and as such, you were slandered accordingly by Dara in the comments box. But yeah.
Excuse me.
What? Who said that? Right. So in terms of the safety cars, I was asked these guys already. In terms of the safety cars, how did they impact you in the race today?
I mean, they did help quite a few times if I was far behind. But I mean, the first safety car was, well, I don't have a clue what the hell happened behind me, but obviously it was chaotic with about 5 DNFs, I swear. But there we go. And then the safety car restart was a bit questionable, should we say, with JT and Imri. But I'm not going to put my opinions in there now. Other than that, yeah, I mean, safety cars, I wasn't really in the race anyway, so I just tried to capitalise on it when I could, pit at the right time. But yeah, at the end of the day, I was only there for fun, so I don't really care that much.
Fair enough. And of course, Fan, because you saw Fan win the championship. You got anything you want to say to Fan? It means congratulations in some way.
Fan? Oh god. Well, finally, took your time. But yeah, it's been a long time coming because Fan's been so close multiple times, especially against the likes of Cheese, and obviously in the first few seasons JT was dominating and whatnot. But yeah, it's good. It's good to see Fan finally win the championship. Is well deserved.
Yeah, good to hear from you there. Of course, esteemed competitor of his for a good couple of years now. And are you coming back to us next game perhaps so we can see a bit more of you or not?
It depends on my work schedule, but I would if I could. I'd definitely be there if I could, but not for the time being. But maybe one day.
Maybe one day another cameo in the comments box of me and Dara perhaps. Yeah,
a cameo will happen definitely at some point, just not full time, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. But are you looking forward to seeing the new game as well?
Oh, 100%. Even well, it looked last time in F1 22 was supposed to be really good, and that didn't turn out like that to plan. But hopefully 23 will be a lot better this time.
Yeah, we can definitely hope so. Right, well, good to see you back, and apologies for the slander that Darryl was giving you during the race. You'll see it during the stream.
Sorry, no, that was only I was adding to your comment.
You know what you did. Right. You know what you did.
I said death taxes, and you said he always spins. So I said death taxes, and
yes, I did.
Twice, for God's sake! Now.
I'm sorry. Okay, right. Well, yeah, good to see. It's good to see you back. I will see a bit more of you in the future. And yeah, we'll leave you guys then to enjoy the rest of your evenings there, Nathan, and enough of all of us. Fan, mate, congratulations again on winning the championship. JT, congrats on sub champion and constructors title as well. You guys go have a blast
Cheers,
next
boys.
week. I will hopefully see you then.
See you guys.
See you later. Cheers,
Thank you.
Congrats,
Bye.
fan.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Bye.
All right then. So, Dara, I think you got a point to make to Mr. Dean here, or have you not?
No, I am not. I'm not apologising to anybody.
That's all right. That's fine.
I stand by my comments.
JT, what? JT's still here.
Yeah.
JT, you got anything more to say before we cap things off?
Oh, we are still live.
Yeah, do you want to do the outro for us?
No. I thought we gonna have a talk after the stream.
Okay. Right.
That's ominous. Oh God. What have we done, Zach?
I don't know what we've done. I don't know what's going on half the time.
We've made him angry.
Oh, sorry, JT. I'm sorry. Okay. Right. So, Dara, you got any final thoughts before we wrap this one off?
No, I think everything. I think everything that can be said has been said.
I think we've summed it all up now. Right, well, that'll be the end of it for you guys. I do hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, make sure to either subscribe to my channel if you watch it on YouTube, or if you watch it on the Twitch, then make sure to go follow the Twitch account as well. So we'll obviously be back with you next week for the last race at Portimao, and of course back for F1 23 Season 7, which could go hopefully as soon as we can. Congrats again to Fan on winning the championship. From me, it's goodbye. From Dara, I assume it's goodbye. And JT, have you got any final words for us?
Goodbye. No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
I said see you next week.
There we go. And we'll cap it off there. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you then. Goodbye.